Hey, Nico here with your weekly defense tip. And as we always say on this channel, there's no greater weapon than the knowledge you possess. On today's show, we're going to walk through the escape process if you happen to find yourself in a particularly sticky situation, such as getting duct taped against your will. Take a trip with me and see the footage of how I taught the steps of how to break free from duct tape. And then stay tuned and you'll also see me in a rather sticky situation. In today's world, there are a lot of abductions that happen, and you should be prepared to defend yourself. Wouldn't you feel more comfortable if you knew that you could break free from restraints in a dangerous time? Now, I hope you never have to use this skill in a life-threatening situation, but I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how easy it is to escape from being restrained with duct tape. I'm going to go through each step and the reasoning behind each one for you to understand. My lovely assistant, also known as my mother, will now duct tape my hands to get us started. Duct tape is often used as a restraint by abductors. During some research, I saw that because duct tape was used so often in crimes to restrain people, they were coming up with ways to match duct tape types, just like how they identify bullets fired out of a specific gun. Detectives reported many cases of finding bodies that have been restrained and were still taped up at the time they were found. After seeing how easily you can escape, it's sad to know that there are many people who could have survived if they had learned this skill. Now let's get started on the tips for you to learn. But first off, in a bad situation where you might not just have your arms restrained or legs restrained, and you might not be able to see either, you have to try to stay calm in order to focus on each step you need to complete. Now step one, try to put your elbows together. When your arms are taped up, you got to try to get your elbows as close together. I personally can only get my elbows this close, but this will work as well. The reason for keeping your elbows close together is creating as much range of motion when we complete the process. The more distance we can move outward to break free, the more effective we are. Step two is we need to raise our hands as high as we can while keeping our forearms close together to again increase the range of motion and the most potential energy we can before breaking free. Step three is make sure that our hands are in fists in this position. When we have our hands in fists, it allows our wrists to be the fulcrum of this lever we're creating. The fulcrum is the point where the lever rests and can pivot on. In this case, we have two levers, which are our arms, that both pivot on the same point, which are our wrists. Lastly, we focus all of our energy on a quick swing down as hard as we can, sliding our elbows just past our ribs and creating so much tension on the duct tape that it rips. And then we're free, like so. Get your elbows together, above your head, fists, and swing. And then you end up with a free wax, and you end up with a duct tape on one arm. But you're alive and well, and if you didn't succeed, if it didn't rip through the duct tape, your feedback is instant and you can correct each step until you get it right. As a bonus, these instructions also work for zip ties, and I'll just demonstrate that now. We got zip ties. But the difference with zip ties is you want it tighter. You don't want all this extra room. So if you do get zip tied, make sure you tighten it yourself even more if they didn't do it tight enough. Then you go through each of the same steps. You get your elbows together, raise your hands above your head, make fists, and then slam it down. And then, as you can see, the zip tie just breaks off. Your wrist might feel a little bit of pain, but overall, you're free. And I hope you found this helpful and can use this to make yourself feel safer out in the world. Now you might be thinking that of course I can rip through this duct tape. I got these guns that I'm working with. But that's not the case. Anyone can rip through this duct tape. Doesn't have to be someone who's super strong. I'm gonna demonstrate right now. I'm gonna explain the steps to my mom, and I'm gonna duct tape her arms together, and we'll see if she can get it right. We'll see. Okay. I'm gonna go with 3 reps. Don't get nervous now. Okay, so step 1, keep your arms together. Lift your hands above your head as high as you can. You're already making a fist. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna swing down as fast as you can, Watch, I'm gonna walk you through it slowly. Fast as you can, elbows past the ribs, and just follow through.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Lift it higher above your head. And there we go. Free. Have you ever felt unsafe being by yourself without someone else for some strength in numbers? I've heard many times, mostly from female friends, that they feel like they're going to get kidnapped if they're out on their own anywhere. This is something that many people fear because it does happen. There are countless abductions each year, and although some do end happily with everyone safe, there are many cases that end very badly. Welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that little video, little clip. Hopefully it wasn't too dark for y'all. But yeah, that's teaching you how to break out of duct tape. Tune in next week, I guess. We'll see what we talk about then. It'll be a surprise. But in the meantime, drop a couple likes down below, maybe a comment, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, the works. You know how it works, the YouTubers. Just do the do. And thank y'all so much.